Hey, my truth seekers, how are you guys doing? Welcome to Real Talk with your girl, Lady D, making sure that everything sounds good. Guys, look, I'm not going to camera up today. I feel kind of funny not to because I'm so used to cammering up. I love coming on live. But, guys, welcome to Real Talk with your girl, Lady D. As you can see by the title right here, I see that. President Biden, he got a lot of people upset. Got people don't even want to celebrate this Easter. Even don't want no one to go ahead and celebrate Easter. I see where Tyrese, he's demanding an apology because of what Biden now, what he did, which he went ahead and I guess it says Transgender Day of Visibility, and I don't know what that means, but he just I think Biden should have just not say anything, let people just enjoy their little holiday and stuff like that. But I also see where Michi X, I love Michi X. I'm gonna see what she got to say. She's coming on around about 9 o'clock tonight, and she was saying that Biden went ahead and gave our Easter away. And also, we got the Israelites. They are talking as well, But let me know what your thoughts about it. I'm going to go ahead and read some of the stuff where Tyrese, he's asking for an apology. But I don't know. What's you think going on? Is, he's trying to stir some stuff up? Or, he's woke. I don't know, guys. Make it make sense. But again, guys, welcome to Real Talk with your girl, Lady D, and the ones that's going to come on and watch the replay. Make sure you go ahead and hit like, comment, and share these videos for more unapologetic content. And also, if you feel like donating, let me go ahead and, it's your choice, or you can go ahead and hit like, it doesn't pay, to go ahead and click that like button. But also, if you want to go ahead and donate, you can donate to Real Talk 985. So let me go ahead and get my disclaimer out the way, because I need to go ahead and do that. And then I'm going to go on with my commentary. Let me make sure that I get all this together right here. This copyright disclaimer is under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. Fair use is used permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringed. So, guys, I'm just passing time. Everybody's out, enjoying their little Easter and eating their little crawfish down here. But I decided to just stay in and chill, catching up with some of the stuff that is going on when it comes to these reality shows. But let me go ahead and load the music down a little bit, and then I'm going to go ahead into my commentary, load some of the music down, making sure that I get this low down just a little bit. But let me know what your thoughts about it. About Tyrese, he is upset. I saw in the shed room, so let me see if I can go ahead and pull this up right here on the shed room. Let me go see if I can go ahead and share it. But I'm just passing time, guys. However you feel led, whatever you want to go ahead and talk about, feel free. I'm just here passing time. I'm gonna see if I can stay on at least 30 minutes or an hour. And we're gonna just talk, I just want to just talk about this right here or anything else. So let me go ahead and share this right here. Because at first I said there and say, I don't feel like coming on. I'm gonna just sit and catch up with some of these reality shows I was watching. Potomac, some of the stuff, catching up with that, man. Oh my God. I mean, these reality shows, oh my God, it is just a mess. Especially when I saw how Mill, she talked to her husband cheating and all that other stuff. But let's go ahead and get to this right here. Let me make sure that everything is together, that you guys can hear me. So let me make sure everything is okay. Just checking the mic, see if everything is okay. But yes, this is Tyrese Gibson, and he is very upset. And not only Tyrese is upset, a lot of people is upset because President Biden, they feel that, what he said when it came to, sharing this holiday with transgender, he could have just went ahead and just didn't say anything. He just a spoiler alert. But the thing about it is that this is the I think it's the 31st where transgenders, they celebrate, I guess it's their holiday, or something, dealing with the transgender. But he felt that, he wanted to make a statement, especially when it comes to putting designs on the Easter eggs. He don't want none of that, anything that's dealing with religion, he don't want that on the eggs. But like I said, they just need to just stay out of all this and just let the children just enjoy themselves, because that's how I am. I really don't even celebrate none of the holidays, but I didn't stop my kids. I made sure that, if they want to celebrate holidays, I'm not gonna stop them. I get whatever they need and, let them enjoy themselves. So sometimes the grown folks needs to go ahead and stay out of, the children's and let them, find their own way, but this right here is coming from the shed room where it says wait a minute. Now, I don't know what they meant or wait a minute. I don't know. But it says that Tyrese wants an apology from President Biden for declaring 31st Transgender Day of Visibility. Now, guys, believe it or not, I just figured out how to use the shared room site, because I couldn't even read it. I was wondering how to, read, the articles and stuff like that. So, like I say, guys, blame it on my heart. I'm still trying to get used to this, but all I had to do is just click and then I can read the article. Yes. But right here, let me go ahead and read some of this right here. It says Tyrese President Joe, I hate to put up this post, sir. This is a reach. And he went ahead and he capitalized reach because he is very upset because he wants to know why, Easter, I guess the day that Jesus has resurrected, from the dead, and he wants to know why it's being shared with, the transgenders, okay? And also it says that I swear, man, you all are just really, really, really taking things too far. Whoever you met with in your boardroom and signed off on this failed political chess move really, really need be fired. So he's just saying that the person, that had agreed to having when it comes to Easter, taking all the religious symbols off of the eggs and making it a part, with the transgender, he's saying that this person should be fired. And also he says, I am always uber sensitive about people walking and living in third truth, so there's no problem here. If you are happy with your gender and want to switch it up based on who you identify with, that's your life. Do what you make you happy. And I see it the same way. Whatever makes them happy, just go ahead and do it. Just stay out of it. But it's just so much is going on. And most of this stuff, to me, I look at it as politics. So let's go ahead and read some more of it, and then I'm gonna, give my commentary about it because this right here is a lot. So feel free, guys. Make sure you come in, and let me know what your thoughts is when it comes to this touchy situation right here. And also it says, I say this and I speak for every Christian and believers all around the world. The Lord Jesus Christ is my Lord and Savior, and He is the reigning Alpha and Omega. Jesus Christ. That's what it says, the. And also it says, pick up your Bible, Mr. President. Jesus don't do politics. And see, you have to realize, especially, we live in a Christian state, and some of our people, they are, Bible thumpers, and if the Bible says it, it settles. It's just so much. It's so much when it comes to stuff like this. And I just wish, especially when it comes to my people, I wish that they would do their own research, because do you think that the same people that colonize us, that oppress and suppress us, that, they going to sit there and they going to put it in a book, make it make sense. But like I say, we all have our different opinions when it comes to stuff like this, okay? And also it says right here, Jesus don't do politics. Jesus is not a Democrat or a Republican. Jesus is not to be used for political agenda or gains. And there's a lot of people, they don't like to mix politics and religion. They don't like to do that because there's always arguments. And if you haven't noticed, there actually are enough transgenders on the earth right now that could get you reelected, laugh out loud. So right there, he is saying it's not enough transgender, that's in the United States that, can get him in the seat. So right there, he's letting them know you're going to need our votes as well. So he also says that there is a reach. I never ever judge any man or woman. Do what you want with your life and your lifestyle. And I see, this part right here, I see the same thing. Whatever happens in your bedroom or, the choices that you make, that's between you and your God. Nobody else should get into it. And I truly believe if everybody just take their hands off all the stuff that is going on and stop trying to promote and push and use people for their personal agenda, I think that the world will be in a better place. But everybody wants to sit there and pick things apart, and what it does is like a sword. They make it so big where it turns into a cancer. So let's go ahead and read some more. And also, he says, this is a reach. I never ever judge any man or woman. Do what you want with your life and your lifestyle. This is all going so far. And it is, it is. I'm going to turn off the comments because I don't want anyone bashing or saying anything derogatory or bullying anyone in the gay community. So he said, he know that he's going to get the heat, especially when it comes to the LGBTQ community, but like I said, everybody, they have their, opinion of how they feel, and I feel like, if a person cannot give their opinion and let you know how they feel about certain topics, and we shared certain people, then how we going to come to what I call a common ground, okay? And also it says, pick up your Bible, Mr. President. No, right here it says, I'm missing some stuff, making sure that I get all this together right here. So right here it says where I am at. Okay, it says, pick up your Bible, Mr. President. This is not an opinion. This is the word. And then he went ahead and he capitalized. This is the word. I mean, like I said there and say, this right here, I mean, it's just a touchy situation. It's just bigger than, Tyrese is bigger than the president. It's just so big. It's just time for us to, start doing our research. There's time to do our research because a lot of stuff that was pushed upon us, especially from generation to generations, if we really get to know the reason behind all this, then we would know that that wasn't for us. Easter, we're going to talk about that as well. Like I say, I got time tonight, okay? But also it says that I am the Alpha and Omega, says the Lord God, who is and who was and who's to come, the Almighty, Revelation 1 and 8. So he went ahead and he quotes some scriptures. I am the Alpha and Omega. Now, I could sit there right now. I can break that scripture down for Tyrese. Tyrese, Alpha and Omega, God is talking about you. You are God and goddesses, okay? But that's another story for itself. And also it says, and in case you all are thinking that thought, I am the farthest thing from a Trump supporter. So he's just saying, I'm not just doing this because I'm trying to push, this Trump, which we already know Trump, he's doing a lot of stuff as well. But he's saying, I'm not trying to push this, he's just upset because of how President Biden, he's going about it, and also he says, I would rather Tyrese said, I would rather vote for a homeless New York 7-foot rat in the swamp of the underground subway than support that orange dictator. So he said, let me go ahead and read it again. This is what Tyrese says. I would rather vote for a homeless New York 7-foot rat in the swamp of the underground subway than support that orange dictator. So he just saying, look, if President Biden don't get it right, shoot, I'm just going to sit it out. I'm going to stay home. I'm not even going to get out my bed because it's not worth it. So right here, let me see if I can get close to this because this is too small right here. But this is the statement that President Biden, he had went ahead and he put out. He says, today we send a message to all the transgender. America, you are loved. And like I said, he could have kept that to himself. He could, what it is that it's like, how you trying to pit each other against one another, knowing that, this right here is a touchy situation. He should have just stayed out of it or address everybody, even the Christians or whoever believe in Easter, address everybody. Just don't, talk to certain people. And to me, it's like they don't want to have peace. They saying that they want peace, but I don't think that they want peace, okay? Because it's just like a parent. When you see your parent is catering to one child, then that child is going to, resent and so much jealousy, so much stuff is going to happen. And that's exactly what I think that these people are doing. Like I said there and say, we want to talk about you know, if you don't vote for Biden, then, I'd rather, vote for Trump, but like I say, they all in the same boat. They all what and what. It's just like one, is like on the plantation with a smile, but still a part of the same clique. Okay. So let me also read this part right here. It says, now therefore, I, Joseph, did I miss anything? Let me see if I can go back. This is small, very, very small. It says, today we send a message to all transgender Americans. You are loved, you are heard, you are understood, you belong, you are American, and my entire administration and I have your back. Wow. What about the rest of the people, Mr. President? That's what I'm saying, guys. That's what I'm saying. Now, therefore, I, Joseph R. Biden Jr., President of the United States of America, by virtue of I don't know what that says. Let me see. The authority vested in me by the Constitution and the law of the United States, do hereby proclaim March 31st, 2024 as transgender. I don't know what this, I can't see that day visibility. I call upon all Americans to join us in uplifting the lives and the voice of transgender people throughout our nation and to work towards eliminating violence and the discrimination based on gender identity. Now, he's saying all this on Easter Day, okay? And the ones, these Christians and the ones that believe in these holidays, right there, are you trying to sit there and stir something up, Mr. President? Also, it says, in witness whereof I have hereunto set my hand these 29th day of March in the year of our Lord 2024 and of the Independence Day of the United States of America, the 248 Joseph Biden Jr. Wow. So let me know what your thoughts about this right here, guys. Like I said, politics, some of this stuff, they need to just go ahead and take their hands off of some of this stuff that is going on. So let me go ahead and read what they say on the chat room right here. It says, we chill, I guess child, we child, hashtag Tyrese Gibson wants an apology for President Joe Biden after he misunderstood the news of Joe Biden declaring March 31st Transgender Day of Visibility. Tyrese and several other believes that Biden declared the Easter holiday as Transgender Day of Visibility. However, that is not true. So the shade room says it's not true. It's just that that's the day. I guess what transgender. That's the day that they celebrate is March 31st, but it so happened of Easter falling on that day. So I guess that's what they're talking about. So let's go ahead and continue because I haven't read this. It says the Transgender Day of Visibility was originally started back in 2009 by Rachel Crandon Crocker, the executive director and co-founder of Transgender Michigan. It is dedicated to celebrating transgender people and raising awareness of the discrimination faced by transgender people around the world. On March 29th, Joe Biden officially proclaimed March 31st, 2024. So that's the day that they had proclaimed it. And I think it was like in 2009 on that day. Transgender Day of Visibility is the United States March 31st, just so happened to fall on Easter this year, but Easter changed days depending on the year. Next year is on April the 20th, and in 2026 it falls on April the 5th. I'm sorry. As for Joe Biden, stated it is important to remember that transgender Americans are part of the fabric of our nations. Absolutely, But this support, I want to go ahead, because like I said, we are now, and I talk about that all the time. We are in what I call the year of Aquarians. This right here, it's just a lot of stuff that, it's just going to just be weird out. And this is one of the things that, I was talking about that, when I was talking about, some prophecies that, just look at it right here. All of a sudden, on March 31st, transgender and Easter, which we already know the meaning when it comes to Christianity, when it comes to Easter, how they look at it as the resurrection of Jesus Christ, and now it happened on Transgender Day. You see where I'm going with that? It's just a lot of stuff is going on. That's why I was telling you guys before, April the 8th, when the solar eclipse, just make sure, that we pray, especially as we go into April the 8th. He that have an ear, let him hear. And also it says right here, as Joe Biden stated, it is important to remember that transgender Americans are part of the fabric of our nation, whether serving their community or in the military, raising families or running businesses. They help Americans thrive. They deserve and are entitled to the same rights as freedom as every other American, including the most fundamental freedom to be their true selves. Today is a day of awareness to celebrate the many success and contributions of transgender and gender non-conforming people. Okay, so that's the shade room went ahead and broke it down, and a lot of people, they are upset because they thinking that the president is trying to sit there and take away Easter, but also it is kind of strange, because they can go to the White House, but they cannot put, any religious symbols on the Easter egg. So I guess they're upset because of you saying that they cannot put any religious symbols to the Easter eggs. Then why, you are making a big deal out of transgender, because you taking that from us, but yet you allowing something else to come in. Our belief, what we believe, especially, and I'm just talking, guys, especially when it comes to people that celebrate Easter, Christians or believers, you know, you taking religion and you taking all that from us, but yet you holding tight to something else, make it make sense. So I guess, some of you guys understand exactly what I'm talking about. And also, it says right here, do people realize that Easter change every year? Okay. And Tyrese is usually loud and wrong, worry about who, I guess his wife Yvette seen behind his back. So let's change it to Tyrese's birthday. Okay. Uh, Christ is King. Is he unaware that March 31st been visibility day? Easter just changed date. So it's in between. People, black people still haven't accepted that they are conservative Republicans yet. I am embarrassed for him. Happy visible day. And I'm gonna read a few more, and it says the amount of people who haven't realized that Easter is on different days every year is astounding. So I guess they just letting everybody know that Easter is just not on certain days. So I see my girls in the house, country girl. She say happy Sunday, Lady D and chat. Hey guys, how are you doing? Look, I'm just here. At first I sit there and say I didn't feel like coming on, but I say let me go ahead and come on. I wasn't doing nothing, and when I'm here, I just like to talk, I just like to talk. But still, guys, make sure you go ahead and hit like, comment, and share these videos for more unapologetic content. Country girl say, yeah, she agree, and let's talk about it. She say, hey, chat, hey guys, happy blessed Sunday. What's your thoughts about all this right here? Because a lot of people, they are very, very upset when it comes to this topic right here because they thinking that President Biden is trying to take, their holiday away from them. But I did read an article, that they don't want anything that's dealing with religion. They don't want it attached to Easter, but yet, they saying that they bringing all that in. So, let me know what your thoughts about it, guys. Let me know what your thoughts about it. I'm just here, just passing time, just talking, just talking about this right here or, anything that you guys want to go ahead and talk about. But when it comes to stuff like this, like I said, it's just a touchy situation. Let's talk about it. Say the world is crazy right now. Yes, the world is very, very crazy. And the thing about it is going to get worse. If anything, ain't nothing going to get better. It's just going to get worse because, it's like this right here is what I call the end times. This is it, the latter days and things that used to be, you can't bring it into this new year, this year of Aquarians. This right here is everything is out in the open. Why you think you see all these people right now? They are being exposed. A lot of people is exposed because no rocks is going to be unturned. Everybody's going to go ahead and be exposed. So like I said there and say this right here, this is it. So let me know what your thoughts about it, because Tyrese, he is very, very upset. He's thinking that, President Biden, he's taking his holiday away from him, and I was reading one of my friends, Sparkles. Let me see what Sparkles, because Sparkles be changing her name all the time. Let me see, because she had tagged me onto some stuff. I would love to talk to Sparkles on this day. So Sparkles, if you are in the bushes, you need to come on my platform and we need to go ahead and chop it up because I want to talk about this right here because I saw where I was tagged in a conversation. So let me see what Sparkles has said. Because I would love to talk to him when it comes to stuff like this. Because, like I said there and say, this right here, this is it. Whether we like it or not, we know that all this stuff was going to come, and you just have to, but you just can't just sit there and, try to pit one against the other because like I say, is enough room for all of us. But right here, I see where Lady Sparkles Crystal, and make sure you guys go and check out our channel. She had put a topic, and I guess she's talking about heterosexual and homophobia in sectors. How did it start? So beef section. So I guess you're saying, how did it start? So I guess it's people, content creators, they are, I guess they have different opinions, when it comes to heterosexual and homophobia. and they wants to they want to have an open discussion, when it comes to all this right here. But like I said, a lot of this stuff right here, it is this is nothing new. Nothing new is under the sun. It's like everything to me, it's like a cycle. It keeps going around and round and round and round until someone, figure it out. Someone go ahead and get it right. But you know, how I feel, like I said, I don't have a heaven nor hell to put no one in. I don't have the power to lay it down, and I sure don't have the power to raise it back up. Like I say, we all have to work out our own soul salvation, in fear and trembling. But the only thing that I say, whatever is in your bedroom, let it stay in your bedroom, and you can't, force something, especially when, most of us, we are so traditional, and all this stuff right here is new. It's new to us, and it's just like a baby. You're not going to have a baby, and feed the baby hard food like meat and start chewing on stuff. No, it's like it's a process. And I feel, especially when it comes to all this right here, you know don't force it on no one. Don't make people feel like if they don't accept certain people lifestyles, then they going to be canceled. It shouldn't be like that, because that's where all the confusion and all the animosity is going to come out. But like I said, whatever somebody else do, that's their business. You can't stop people from doing whatever they want to do. That's their business. And you can't sit there and say, oh, this person, that's a sinner, and that person, that's a sinner. Like I said, we all have sin. We all have to work out our own soul salvation in fear and trembling. So we cannot sit there and say there's a, a beam in somebody else's eye when you got a pole in your own eye. And that's what, like I say, that's how I feel about it. Let us all work it out in fear and trembling, but don't shove anything down somebody else's throat. So let me know how you all feel about it. I would love to go ahead and have a discussion when it comes to stuff like this, because this is a much needed, it's touchy, a very touchy conversation, but it's much needed. It's a very much needed. And I feel that whatever happens in your own house, that's between your house and God. I feel like, all the confusion is when we try to cause division, pit one against each other. That's just like with race. We do the same thing with race. I mean, man has messed up so much. Man has messed up so much how they divide but and conquer. It's a lot of stuff. It's just got to stop, guys. But when it comes to Easter, like I say, it's people preference when it comes to Easter. When I was young, I used to celebrate Easter because I came from a Christian background. But now, as I'm older and I'm start doing more research, I don't really celebrate that, but I didn't stop my kids from celebrating, these different holidays. I know what it's about now. And the reason why is because I started doing my research and finding the truth about when it comes to all these different holidays. Sometimes, we worshiping and we celebrating different things and don't really know what we are celebrating. We could be sitting there celebrating Satan himself. If you sit there and you taking man's words, oh, we supposed to, because it's tradition, we supposed to celebrate this holiday. And when you grow up, you start doing your own research and find out, man, I'm worshiping the devil. And if you only see how all this stuff came about, then you going to check and sit there and say, nah, this is not for me. This is not for me. So let's go ahead and see. Let's go ahead and look at it right now. Let's go see when it comes to Easter, what is let's go ahead and see about this right here. And I'm just passing times, guys. Let me know what your thoughts about all this, whatever you guys want to go ahead and talk about. I'm just here talking. I just love to talk, okay? And I also love to do my research, and that's what we need to start doing. We need to start researching. Stop taking these people word as Bible. I see where let's talk about it. Say there is so much more Tyrese can be mad of Biden about. Absolutely. But you know how it is. See, people are still asleep. A lot of people are, they don't want to come out of their sunken place. And y- the thing about it is that we have a lazy spirit. I'm gonna just go ahead and call it. We have a lazy spirit because what we do is we call good evil and evil good, and we take these people word as Bible. We take these people word as Bible. We don't want to, go and do our own research. And that's the bottom line. So let me see if I can make this bigger so I can see, because I cannot see this, guys. I'm not going to tell you no lie. So let me see if I can make this a little bigger so I can go ahead and read this right here, because I'm still trying to figure this out right here. So, guys, happy blessed Sunday. Welcome, welcome to Real Talk with your girl, Lady D. Unapologetic and non biased. So, let's go ahead and see if we can read a little bit of this right here. The meaning of Easter, okay? Right here, I went ahead and Google it. It says Easter has a pagan origin as a holiday of renewal and rebirth that honors the goddess of fertility and spring. So that's the meaning, of Easter. And like I said, Google has a very huge search engine. Go and search it for yourself. And also known as Ostara, and I guess this is Yoster or Easter. The word Easter comes from the goddess name. So this right here is the origin of Easter, and all the stuff that is behind it. That's why I sit there and say you don't know what you're celebrating, okay? But each his own. I'm just passing time. Like I said, you chew what you want to chew, and whatever you don't want to chew, you spit it out. We all have our own choice, and we all have to work out our own soul salvation in fear and trembling. And also, it says right here that Easter celebration can be traced back to ancient pagan celebration of the vernal equinox, which were observed in many cultures around the world. This celebration often includes feasting, dancing, and the exchange of eggs. For pagans, Easter's is a time to celebrate the arrival of spring and new beginning. Some ways to honor the pagan tradition of Easter include eggs, decorating nature walks, sharing food and drinks with friends and family, and giving thanks for the abundance of the earth. Also, it says that some scholars believe that Easter is associated with hares, which are rabbit, which may be the origin of the Easter Bunny story. So, some of that right there, you can go ahead and do your research yourself when it comes to all that. But what does Easter Bunny has to do with the resurrection of Jesus? Now, that's the question that Tyrese should have came on and talked about. What do Easter bunnies? He worrying about, kids going to the White House and celebrating Easter, but what do that have to do with the resurrection of Jesus? Because we already know when it came to President Biden, he already said, look, don't bring your religious beliefs to the White House. Let me see if I can find that article right there. I had saw that on my phone where, he had came out, don't bring no religious, and it's not his word verbatim, guys, but it's something to the fact right there. Let me see if I can go ahead and pull it up. So he was saying, don't bring the religious beliefs, don't bring it to the White House. They are not having it. And see, that's some of the problems that I have because you can't pick which one you want and what you don't. But right here it says that Joe Biden sparks fiery by toting transgender visible day on Easter. President Joe Biden sparked a fiery amount of conservatives of social media on Sunday after he proclaimed Sunday, March the 31st, which happened to be, hold on, God, these old ads are coming in. March the 31st, which happened to be the day Easter falls on this year, Transgender Day of Visibility. The International Transgender Day of Visibility was created on March 31st, 2009, and has continued to be celebrated every March 31st for more than a decade. The day is meant not only honor transgender people, but rise awareness of the discrimination they continue to face. Easter usually fall between March 22 and April 25th. I'm trying to get to the part where it was saying about, they don't want the Easter eggs and all that, with the religious symbols. So let me see if I can find that part because I know I read it somewhere. Mhm. So let me read this part right here. It says, we call on Joe Biden, a failing campaign, and White House to issue apologies. So that's the conservative, they are talking about that. And to the millions of Catholic and Christian across America who believe tomorrow is for one celebration only, the resurrection of Jesus Christ, someone had added. But the thing about it is that you saying that is only for Easter, but it falls on that day. So what you going to do about that day that they gave to the transgender? Like I said, it is what it is. So right here, I'm trying to get to the part where they were saying that about they don't want the religious part, on the Easter eggs. So let me see what it say. In response to the criticism, White House Deputy Press Secretary Andrew Bates told Newsweek, as a Christian who celebrates Easter with family, President Biden stands for bringing people together and upholding the dignity and the freedom of every American. Sadly, it's unsurprising politicals are seeking to divide and weaken our country with cruel, hateful, and dishonor rhetoric. President Biden will never abuse his faith for political purposes or for profit. I wonder if President Biden, what is his religion? If I'm not mistaken, I think he's a Catholic. If I'm not mistaken, but I was trying to find the part where I know I read somewhere where they're saying that they do not want, religious symbols on the eggs. That's the part that I was really trying to find. But I don't know if it was on this article right here or might was some other article. I don't know, guys. But let me know what your thoughts about all this right here, guys. Let me know your thoughts about all this right here. Um, let's talk about it. Say the world is crazy. There is so much more Tyrese can be mad about. Absolutely. And country girl, yeah, she's speaking to. Let's talk about it. But yeah, so guys, let's talk about it. Let me know what your thoughts about all this right here. Like I said, when it comes to stuff like this is very controversial. We have, our choice, but I just hope that when it comes to these politicians, and especially when it comes to the government, I think that stuff like this, they needs to go ahead and stay out of it because what they are doing is they making it bigger than what it's already is. We already know when it comes to stuff like this, this right here is a touchy, very touchy topic, and everybody when it comes to, this right here, it just divides. It doesn't, put us together. But like I said, this is the type of world that we in, they have rights just like everybody else have rights, and it's nothing that we can do about it. So what's your thoughts about it, guys? Just, let me know, talk, let me know, because this right here is really nothing that we can go ahead and do about it. And I see a lot of people, they have they different opinions, when it comes to stuff like this, and like I say, these are the issues, these is the type of topics that we should be talking about. We tend to ignore it until it come and hit us in our face. When something happen, then that's when we all want us to band together and we want to go ahead and talk about it. But why we don't talk about it when it's no attention is drawn to it, and a lot of stuff that, if we talk about it and stop sweeping it under the rug, then I think it's going to be a lot of, stuff that is being solved. But when it comes to, people rights, they have a right to do exactly what they want to do. If they feel that is go against their religion, then like I said, it's really nothing that we can do about it. It is what it is. It's here, and That's it. So I don't know, guys. This right here, this is a lot. This right here is a lot. So again, guys, happy blessed Sunday. Welcome, welcome to Real Talk with your girl, Lady D, unapologetic and nine buys. Make sure you go ahead and hit like or however you feel led. Comment and share these videos for more unapologetic content. So we just here, just talking, giving my opinion of all the stuff that is going on when it comes to that the transgenders, is their day. It falls on March 31st, which happens to be the day of Easter, but it's just for this month right here, this year right here. Next year is gonna fall on another day, okay? Country Girl says just lost for words. She lost for words. Oh my girl. I know my girl, country girl, is not lost for words. Come on, get it out, girl. Come on, get it out. Get it out and let me know what your thoughts about this right here. Like I said, we know that this time was going to come. It's already written. Like I said, when I look at the Bible, I don't look at the Bible just like those pre-ancient stories. I look at the Bible as Bible prophecies. All this stuff that you see is coming, read or not, it's here, it's coming, and it's really nothing that you and I really, can do about it now because it is here. So what could you do? We already know how, all this stuff, came about, how it's going to end. We know how all this stuff is going to go ahead and play out. Like I say, man has provoked the hands of God, to the highest heaven. And do you think that, man gonna continue doing the same thing that they've been doing, provoking the hands of God? No, no, no. Their time is almost up. Their time is almost up because, man has allowed any and everything to go against God. But like I said, whew, this is a lot, guys. This is a lot. But I can't believe my girl, country girl, says she is lost for words. Oh my God. My girl says she is lost for words. So let me know how y'all day was, what your thoughts about it, but this right here, this is a lot. And a lot of people, they don't want to touch this conversation. They don't want to talk about it. They don't want to talk about it until it's too late. And that's the thing about it when it comes to us, we don't want to talk about nothing until it's come too late. And once it's like a boiling pot. You know how a boiling pot is that you wait until everything gets so full, and then once it gets full, then you go ahead and explode. It doesn't work like that. That's not how it's supposed to work. We're supposed to be able, to talk it out. But everybody, they just want to wait until, everything is too late. But like I said there and say, this right here, this is the type of world that we are living in, and red or not, it's just going to come. And as you can see, it is happening right now. I think, that we are now in what I call the book of Revelation, when it comes to masculine men. I don't even think that masculine men is going to be when it comes to masculine men, it's going to be very rare to even see masculine men because now we are going into a new era right now where most of the masculine men, and I'm just saying that's just how I see it in the spirit. Like I said, when the most high God give me a divine word, I just come out and I tell it to you guys. Like I said, you got the right to chew and you got the right to go ahead and spit it out. But most of the alpha men, most of them going to be rare. It is you going to very seldomly see a alpha male, of most of them going to be, and I see, they're gonna try to sit there and lock them up. If you want to see masculine men, most of them going to be in jail because they look at masculine men, they look at them as a threat. When you see, especially a big black alpha man that he's heterosexual, they don't want to see that. It's like they are afraid of those type of people. Now they got our women, they got us sitting there looking at the black man, that, oh, it's scary, or I don't want to be a part of them. And that's why they running with this narrative, that uh men, they ain't no good and we can do without a man. And, that's all a part of white supremacists. They want you to think like that. They want you to be afraid of when it comes to the black man. They want you to feel that because they are counting them out like sheep for the slaughter. And most of the masculine black men, if they are not athletes, playing on the football field, then you're not going to really see it no more because that's where we're moving. We are moving in that era right now. And some of you guys say, what the heck is she talking about? I don't believe what she's talking about. Right or not, like I say, God, this is what's coming right now. Where you're gonna see more men, they more going to be more feminine. How you say that? Can't androgynous. Yeah, that's what I see. That's what I see in the spirit. And the ones that's masculine, they going to survive because they are athletes and they are not going to even be with the black woman. They going to be with Becky. You see it right now. That's who they going to be with. That's exactly who you're going to be with, and the men is going to look more androgynous, where you could see all that right now. Look at TV and look at the news reporters. These men, they looking cleaner than women. They look like they be in the mirror more than women. I mean, you're going to see so many strange things. But like I said there and say, we are now we are in what I call the end times where what's natural is not going to be natural. To them, it's going to be natural. And that's a scripture in I think it's in Romans. It talks about that, where we're going to have uh, men, burning and lusting for the same sex and women as well. All the stuff is happening because, and I didn't come to preach, guys. I did not come to preach, man. But all this stuff, it got to happen in order for the Bible to be fulfilled, and this right here is nothing that, I'm just sitting there saying off the wall, this is stuff is coming, whether we read or not. Whether we read or not, because like I said, they say the gates are open. You allowed it to be open, it's open. You allowed it to be open. So it is really nothing that you can do about it. I see my girl, she said, country girl say, this country was built on a Christian foundation. Well, like I said, that's what they say, my sister. That's what they say. We could go ahead and talk about that. I like when you guys comment because when you comment, you give me something to talk about, okay? But let's talk about it. She said this country was built on a Christian foundation. Some people they might have a different thought about this right here. They probably say this country was built off of the back of the black man, off the back of slaves, off of their blood and sweat. You know, it may have been built, on Christian foundation, but what we saw was not the act of God, but an act of a devil. Some of us could say that, especially how, the history, especially during slavery and from slavery, Jim Crow, and from Jim Crow, everything, it was just so much. And still from the day we got the systemic racism, so much stuff is happening. And if we don't sit there and wake up and come out of her, then we just going to go back around the same circles, back into the wilderness until we wake up and say enough is enough. But it's easy for us to say that, this country was foundational, is the foundation of a Christian foundation, but it's a crack somewhere, guys. It's a crack. I see my girl. Yes, indeed, country girl queen, and she gave me a super stick of $5. Thank you, country. Thank you very, very much. Thank you, thank you. And I pray that girl that you be blessed, unlimited, shaking together, running over, and everything that you touch, let it prosper. But yeah, this is a lot, guys. This is a lot. And she's saying that, this country was built on a Christian foundation. Some people might have a different, a different way of thinking when it comes to stuff like this, because how everything had happened, because this right here, especially when it comes to all the stuff that is going on, the division and all the stuff that we see, who are the ones sitting there just messing it all up? This. I don't see Christ nowhere in this. Nowhere in this. This is a lot. So much stuff is going on. So much stuff is going on. And we can't say, especially when it comes to our people, they say, well, if you work hard and you do what you need to do, and you're gonna be able to succeed. Well, it got a lot of people that did what they supposed to do, and you know, they say if you pull your bootstraps up, you can be able to make it. But a lot of stuff, they put so many traps and snares. We had people, back then I was talking about, which some of you guys had thought that was boring, when I was trying to talk about the red line, how we had people in their homes and they was finding a way to take their properties, and how black entrepreneurs, they purchased a beach. And you remember, I talked about all that right there, and they took all that from them, and they calling it, the government coming in and taking it, and they thinking that they taking it because of it was on, government property, with the water lines and all other stuff, but end up selling it to other businesses. Our people have been through a lot. My girl say this is too much. Yes, it is. It is too much. Country girls say it is too much. But thank you, country girl. Guys, I got about 4 more minutes. I didn't know I was gonna go ahead and stay this long. But when you're talking, you're just talking. And like I said, I just come on, sometimes, like I said there and say it be, just a handful. But my girl Queenie, she's there, Star. And I just thank you guys because, just talking, because sometimes, we just got to come together and try to sit there and just talk it out, because so much stuff is going on, and like I say, is the act of God or the act of devil? Because so much stuff is going on. And we say that, this country was built off Christian foundations, but maybe to some, maybe some, but the things that we see right now, especially when it comes to the immigration and come to the border, and I talk about this on all of my videos, and I'm gonna talk about it until everything, we see a change. But now we don't see a change. How the migrants is coming on and getting benefits, and we barely making it, giving them food vouchers and giving them money, for rent, $9,000 to put a roof over their head. And we got people right here on American soil, right here on the American soil, and living under the bridge and homeless and robbing Peter to pay Paul. And we say that this country was built on the Christian foundation. Come on, guys. Like I said there and say, it's like every time it's like they will allow other people to come in, and we still, it's like we are still in what I call a state of Lodabar, the state of Lodabar. And it's time for us to sit there, and it's time for us to be the head. It's time for us to rise up. And like I said, it starts with us. It starts with us until we say enough is enough. And we rise, and we pick up our bootstraps and start doing for ourselves and pouring into our own community. I promise you, we'll put Satan to the run, guys. We will put Satan to the run. So I'm gonna go ahead and about to close it up, but it is what it is. When it comes to all this stuff right here, uh, a lot of people, they are very upset. They thinking that Easter should be left alone, because to them it's considered as the resurrection of Christ, and they do not want to share it with transgender. But like I said, it felt on the day that was given to transgenders, and that was March the 31st, and that's real talk. So my girl, country girl, say everyone enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Even be safe. God bless you all. Yes, indeed. And thank you again. Thank you for that generous donations. country girl, and all the ones that's out there in the bushes, make sure, however you feel led, go ahead and hit like, comment, and share these videos for more unapologetic content. And I know some of you guys, you're not used to this type of talking, but like I said, somebody got to tell it. So I say, God, here am I, use me. But even though, I just don't, talk about, these topics right here, I can, talk about, I like to talk about just one reality show, maybe two, Real Housewives of Atlanta. I don't know if I'm going to go ahead and do coverage on that because I thought that my girl Nene Leaks was going to come on, but Portia, she is a hot mess. And I want to go ahead. I might talk about Love and Marriage in Huntsville. This might be my last season talking about them, which I truly think that when it comes to Call Us King, you better listen to me. Listen to what the Spirit says. You need to go ahead and put this show on hold for at least 2 years until you sit there and get these people checked because these people is allowing these fans, these overzealous fans, to run your show. Don't let them take your business from you. Don't let them take your business from you. But you make sure that you know that this is yours, and that's real talk. So, guys, on that note, I done did my hour, and I am done. You gonna come sit? You say you like Real Housewives of Atlanta country girls, so you're gonna sit on this panel. You're gonna talk with me if I do decide, to give some commentary when it comes to Real Housewives of Atlanta. She said, please discuss it. Okay, okay, okay. So if I discuss Real Housewives of Atlanta, you have to make sure that you're gonna come at least one time, and talk to me now. Let's make a deal. Come on, country girl. Make a deal. And I do Real Housewives of Atlanta. But Portia got me kind of upset, man. I'm kind of upset with Portia because, that was weird. Portia and Simon was getting along so good on Valentine's Day. They went on a vacation and he gave her at least, I mean, I don't know how many dozens of roses. I mean, looked like he just pulled the entire store and told them to give all the roses to Portia. And then a few days later, they talking about divorce. Make it make sense. I don't know what's going on. I just hope that Portia didn't put her marriage on the line just for this show. I just hope she didn't do it because then Portia is going to come across as a gold digger. and I love me some Portia, but I got to stand on my truth. And I'm going to take you for that offer. Now, you guys, you heard what country girl says. She says she's going to come up with me. I'm going to take you for that word. I'm not, like I said, I enjoy you just coming on, just supporting me, and coming and just, being here because, like I said, this is kind of different. People, they are not used to this type of talking. They looking for someone to sit there and just entertain them 24/7. But like I said, in here is grown folks. We eat meat. Okay. And that's real talk. So, guys, on that note, you all be blessed and you enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you, my girl, country girl. Thank you for coming in and helping the sister out. So, you all be blessed.